Hello, my name is Belen Robles, and I am majoring in speech language pathology. What I would like to do is one day open my own practice so I can diagnose children on the spectrum with speech delay. I am a first generation student, so that means I'm the first to go to college. I'm actually one of the first to complete high school with a good GPA. What it means to me to be first generation student, what I take from that is opportunities. I am so fortunate to be able to come to college. I'm so lucky I qualified for financial aid. And I'm so lucky that you get to appeal because I come to college first semester 4.0. My second semester, there's COVID going on. I got COVID. I was out for 2 weeks and I just couldn't recover. So I skipped a lot of classes. I was only here for exams. And then I also had to skip classes because I'm the eldest to a single parent home, and I have 3 other siblings. The youngest one has autism and is nonverbal, so I'm the one in charge of the home. I have to cook, clean, make sure they all do their schoolwork, they get ready for bed, and then repeat the day and get them ready for school. Just stuff like that. And it takes a lot of sacrifice, and after completing that second semester, I didn't graduate, but I finished that semester with a 0.4 something GPA. So overall, that brought me down to a 2.8 GPA. And you know what? It was very devastating to me. I felt like I couldn't go on. I had withdrawn 1 class, failed to barely pass the 4th one, and then it was summer and I had to stay home. I had to take care of my siblings. That I just felt like that was my whole life. And I was like, maybe college isn't for me because I'm the first to go to college. And in my family, it's all about, if you're a woman, you got to stay home, take care of the children, grow up and have children, and then, So I felt like college wasn't for me. I was close to dropping out. But I am in the KEYS Trio program, which is for first gen. You qualify if your parents don't have a bachelor's, if you're from low income, if you're on disability. And you know what? They check up on you. You can tell they want you to succeed. They have tutoring opportunities. They have academic support coaches, peer mentors, your own academic advisor. They help you with FAFSA. They have all these great resources, and they just check up on you. Their whole job is for you to succeed, and I don't think without them I would have come back to college. I was like, if I failed, I'm not going to be able to do it, but this is my 3rd semester. It's going very good. I'm going strong. I have straight A's. I even work for the KEYS program. I was offered a role as an academic support coach because I was very active in the program and I did so well in the English course. So now I'm in there tutoring students in English. Yes, it's very helpful. You guys have the tutoring center if you're not in the KEYS program. You have accessibility. The college really offers all these programs. You just got to learn to ask, and there's no shame in needing help. That's something I learned because I'm like, no, you've got to be perfect. And it's just like, it was imposter syndrome. Like, I felt I didn't belong, especially being Hispanic, being a woman. But you know what? There is a place for me here. And something that I wish I could tell myself when I was younger, I guess, or something I want to take with me from now on is, it's about the journey, not the destination. Life is not a linear path, okay? I want to be a speech pathologist, but don't focus so much on that you lose track or you become discouraged. As life goes on, you might find, you get to learn about yourself as life goes on, so you might not want to go through that career anymore. You might want to add something. Maybe you finish your degree and you're like, you know what? I've worked here, but now I want to do something else. Go back to school. It's all about the journey. You got to enjoy life. You got to take every opportunity given to you. For example, the KEYS program, if you're active, and that just means, participating in class, doing your KEYS point, which just means interact when the college has services like tablings and all that. Go to the workshops. When you do all those things, you get given opportunities. You're one of the first that get asked. For example, this summer, I did an internship, and I got to work from a company from the Philippines. I got to attend workshops for 6 weeks, and at the end of those 6 weeks, we had an all-expense paid trip to Puerto Rico. I wasn't gonna accept. In fact, I declined 3 times because I'm like, yeah, first semester was good, but second semester, I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. But they kept reaching out, and you know what? I said, the third time I said yes. They do a small interview, and I'm still like, I don't know what this internship is about, but now I'm here, and I'm gonna give it my all. Turns out we got to work with people from around the globe. We got to attend workshops where we learned to, email. We learned to interact with people from other cultures and what was appropriate in the workplace. If I had said no, I would not have gone. It was such a great opportunity. I learned so much from it. I met new people. I had fun. It was something I got to add on my resume. It helped me grow as a person. And then I'm like, this third semester, I'm in Club SOTI, so that's just seeking opportunity through education, and that's for the KEYS program. I decided to take a shot at Vice President of Fundraising. I got it. I'm doing so well. I'm hosting sock drives. I'm hosting like the Tostitos Locos. That's something I never thought I would get to do, because my second year of high school, I decided, you know what, I'm too anxious, I'm too scared. It's not going well for me, even though I had straight A's and was doing my best. So I decided to do online school. And I became so discouraged because online school, it wasn't Zoom, it was web-based, so I didn't know who my professor was. I didn't really get to speak to them. I didn't know any of the other classmates. And I would do good, then I would do bad. I was stuck at home all day while my family was working. They were at school. And then I got to go to therapy, and I'm like, my goal is to go back to school. I never went back to high school. I finished, but it was all online. And then my goal was, I want to go to college. And I almost didn't come, and I was like, college is not for me. My family needs the help. My mom needs help. Who's going to be there? From one moment I said, I'm going for it, and I went for it. If I had not gone for it, I really don't know where I would be right now. I don't even think I would have a job. All these great opportunities. In fact, I got to go to a leadership conference that changed the way I was looking at life. It changed my perspective. I'm a student leader. I still have time to grow. I will continue growing. And imposter syndrome is not going to stop me. I also took away how to be your most genuine, authentic, intentional self. So being Hispanic, being a woman in my family, they really watered down our ethnicity. They said women don't belong in college. I mean, it was that bad. Women shouldn't speak up, because when I got here, I said, I'm going to make friends. I'm going to be part of the college. I joined clubs. I said, I want to do it all. Anything within I'm capable of. And I'm like, I'm vice president of Club SOTI. I'm thinking of changing this. I'm thinking of adding this. And they're like, Belen, no, that's not a good idea. You're going to seem brash. You're going to seem aggressive. And I'm not. It's just I have ideas, and I want to implement them into the world. I want to make an impact for the future generations to come, for my generation. So that has been one of my struggles. I'm the first to go to college, but my family, they don't see it as a great opportunity. They're like, Belen, we need you at home. I am working at home. I even worked for an agency where I get to caregive for my brother, but it's not enough. I'm like, I have to step out this weekend. They're like, no, we really need you. Okay, let's find a solution, because I am going to go. If anything, I was inspired. I was empowered by all those professionals I got to network with, I got to speak with, I got to hear their story. And I said, I don't know, maybe I'm not a great advocate. Turns out I can advocate for myself, for other students. Sometimes I'm walking around and I sound like a commercial. I am an advocate, and I was so inspired to continue to grow. And I limited what I saw for my future. I said, I'm going to become a speech pathologist. I was becoming discouraged, but I'm like, that's what I want to do. No, I'm going to go beyond that. I'm going to one day open my own practice. I'm going to one day have enough power where I can sit at a board meeting, hire professionals that we don't have, and, create an office space for children with autism, with children with disabilities. I am going to be a social impact, and that's important to me. That's one of the reasons I am so glad I am first gen. I get to walk this path. I get to figure out who I am. I will make an impact. I will get to go home and tell my siblings all that I've learned. I will encourage them. I will guide them so they too can become wonderful people, kind, compassionate people who will care for the generations to come. But I am so incredibly lucky to have stumbled upon the KAWC program, to have met my advisor, to have met my English teacher, who is just so wonderful. When I signed up for college, it was so hard. My parents didn't go to college. They didn't know how to sign up. I signed up for 2 classes. Turns out it's the wrong class. You have to be in the KAWC program. They messaged me, would you like to apply? I fill out an application. I have a 3-hour meeting. But I was accepted. And then I got financial aid, something I had not qualified for. I'm now a full-time student. I'm doing great. I've met people. And you know what? Like I was saying, it's the journey. Yes, I did good first semester. I did bad the second semester. But I had proven to myself the first semester that I did wonderful, that I can continue to grow. And you know what? People fail classes. It's not a big deal. Maybe in that moment it is, but you got to walk it off, breathe, and remember your purpose. That's something I took from the conference. You have to have purpose. Why are you here? What are you doing this for? Look into yourself and really ask yourself, what is my purpose in life? What do I want to take away? What do I want to teach other people? And that's what will continue to guide you. That's what will get you through life, because life is tough. There's situations where you're like, I can't keep going. You can. Lean to your support system. Look at yourself. Who are you doing this for? Great if it's your family and friends, but first it has to be for you. And that's my story. I've become discouraged, and then I went to this, and I'm like, I have people in the office telling me, you can do it. My advisor's like, I know you can, even though myself, I'm like, I can't, but my mentality was slowly changing, like, I can do this. I struggled, but there's next time. I can always appeal with the financial aid. And you know what? There's a big chance that I had to withdraw one of my classes this semester. It was too much because I just started working in the office. Wonderful. I love getting to work with other students. I have a second part-time job. I'm the eldest, so I have to be at home. I'm in 3 clubs. I'm taking 4 classes. And I took math, and it just wasn't for me. Well, not the math class. The professor wasn't for me. Great professors, just not my learning style. So I decided to drop it. And since I'm already on probation, there's a chance I might not get to appeal again. But you know what? I wasn't going to try to attempt it. I wasn't comfortable. I decided I'm going to try again next semester. I signed up again for a different professor. But there's a big chance I don't get financial aid. That's fine. I will pay out of pocket, because you know what? I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow. Nothing's going to stop me. Hopefully, once I get my grades up, because I know I will. If not, I'll go to tutor me. I'll go to study club. All these things. Work with someone else. Ask the professor. Go to student hours. If it... what was I saying? Yes, so I know I can get my grade back up. And while I do that, I'm going to pay out of pocket, and hopefully when my grades come back up, I apply again for financial aid. There's a big chance they'll give it to me, especially seeing how I brought my grades up, how I did good the first semester. So really, it's all about how you look at life. Maybe you have 2 jobs, or maybe you it's just too much. Maybe you're a single parent. It's all about finding these little things. Why are you doing it? Do you have someone to lean on? Do I need to work from home? Do I need to do web-based, Zoom? Just look what works for you and go with it. Do not try to force yourself like, oh, I have to be at school. No, you don't. If you're a better learner, web-based, Zoom, or if that's all you can do, do that. Or if you can only study and then come take exams, do what works for you. Do not be discouraged. Continue to grow, because these opportunities, I want to say they're once in a lifetime. You might not always get them. I mean, what if I had said no to this conference? I don't think I would have been here next semester, or maybe I would have been here, but I felt like I was floundering. But now I know I want a mentor. I want to network. I got to network with people, and you know what? I'm so anxious, and I'm hearing how you have to network. Network is your net worth, is what they say. I'm like, I still don't know what you're telling me. I'm listening. I'm taking notes. But it wasn't until I networked with my first person that I understood it. I went up there and I was like, my name's Belen. I'm majoring in speech. It was a little awkward, but then she asked me a question. Why do you want to advocate? I'm like, this is why. A, B, Z, you know. And then we got going, and I was excited. I was like, yes, I'm getting this. I'm not ignorant. I know what they're talking about. And even if I was, I'm asking questions. Important. Do not be afraid to ask questions, to answer incorrectly, because let me tell you, you answer incorrectly, now you know the answer, now you know why. That is growing. So I got to network, and you know what? I'm like, now I'm going to network with everyone else. I go to the second person. I'm like, how can you advocate for disabilities and people on the spectrum? Because that is important to me. That is my family. I want to come back and educate them. I want to be a support system. And you know what? She's like, oh my God, that is my heart. Here's my card. Here's my card. I want you to email me, text me, call me, and I will connect you with 3 other people. I've already networked right there. Networking is a huge part of your career. It's the people you will work with, who will guide you, who will give you opportunities. And you know what? People, your peers, they're your network too. Connect with the person next to you in math class. You might work with them in the future. You might be struggling in the next math class. They know how to help you. They know someone who will. It is all about changing your perspective. You don't have to be grateful every day. There's hard times. But remember all the good things that you have while you're here. And I think that's what's getting me through life right now. That I can do it. And you know what? I still feel like I have stuff to learn, and I will learn. Whether it's asking questions, whether it's reading more, listening to podcasts, anything I can do. Because you know what? I feel like a sponge right now. I want to soak in all that knowledge. I want to succeed. You know, you go to medical school, you're still confused. You pass tests, but you don't know what you're doing. There are schools for that you go and relearn, that you get to practice what you learned. I didn't know that. So there's always something you can search for. You just got to look for it. You got to ask questions. Don't take no for an answer when it comes to academics or work life. Make a seat for yourself at the table. You're there for a reason. That seat is yours. Do not feel like you do not belong. And you know, as a woman of color, you cannot be one day you get to work with someone and they might sound sexist or racist. It is not personal. Educate that person in a professional way. For example, I got to hear about entrepreneurship. That wasn't something that interests me, but I was like, it sounds interesting. You don't know where life might take you, because I might change career paths. I might finish my career and then say, this isn't for me, and that's all right. I got to hear him say that entrepreneurship, you know what, it's about making money. You can't take it personally, because you have to have tough skin, and I think that applies everywhere. You have to have tough skin, but be your authentic, genuine, compassionate self, and don't take it personally. You can educate people. There's just got to be a time and place for that. Learn to read the room. And that's my story. Thank you so much for listening.